Hello everyone, it's your girl Asia from North Rain's Fangirl channel. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to be reviewing the very first season of The Legend of Korra. I am going to say this. The first season of Legend of Korra definitely gave Avatar The Last Airbender a run for his motherfucking money. Because I feel like from beginning to end, season one with The Legend of Korra has been a fantastic season. There's only like maybe three nitpicks I have with this season as a whole. But that's about it. Other than that, everything else was pretty great. Like I can't really like knock them for this season at all. Like I said, the first season for Avatar Last Airbender was kind of filler based. It was kind of boring. It just wasn't. It was nothing but a bunch of fucking mini Avengers. I can't even pronounce the word mini Avengers, there we go, that they were doing in Avatar the first season. And it's like the season really didn't hold your attention up until they got to the North Pole where Aang and Katara can master waterbending. I mean, yeah, in the first season of Avatar they had Prince Zuko, but still, it was still given like, oh, they're still traveling. So it made it a tad bit boring. But it's about the Legend of Korra. So the Legend of Korra, you know, like I said, I was gonna watch this once I was done watching Avatar: Last Airbender. Wanted to see what this show was giving because I know a lot of people say they prefer this over Avatar: Last Airbender. So I'm actually excited to get more into this show and see, do I prefer over Avatar: Last Airbender? Because Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of the greatest cartoons I've ever watched. I definitely understand why it's hyped and why people love it. It's that good. Legend of Korra, I would say the first season definitely got me hooked. It definitely got me wanting to come back to watch the rest of the show. The very first season, like I said, is very good. Only have very like three nitpicks with it. I just want to say, so in Legend of Korra, Korra has already mastered earthbending, firebending, and waterbending. She is in this season. She is trying to learn how to master airbending. You know, in the very first episode, they wanted to keep her on the private island away from Republic City. You know, Tenzin, who was Aang's son, agreed to teach her earthbending on the private island, but she wanted to, get out there in the world and stop being so locked up. She wanted to get out there in the world and go to Republic City and just see what the real world is like. So when she went into Tenzin, I want to say in the very first two episodes, he told her he was going to take her back to the private island, but she said she don't want to be there. She wants to be out here in a more of an open world space. So he agreed that she could stay here and he would teach her how to earthbend. During that short time that she stayed in Republic City, she met two guys named Miko and Bolin. They're brothers. They lost their parents. They were living on the streets, and they live like in a gym above where they like do fights and shit. So what I'm gonna call it? I'm gonna call it element fighting. Pretty much, they face teams and knock them down and get money for it. I do not understand why they made Korra find attraction to Miko. I feel like it's really because he was brooding and mysterious in the beginning. So that's why she might have found an attraction to him because, he was very rude to her. Bolin was very sweet. He, like, welcomed Korra in, like, off top. I really feel like they should have built up Korra and Bolin. But I don't know if it's this thing nowadays when it comes to TV shows where the girl doesn't want to be with the nice guy. She wants to be with the guy who treat her like a jerk. And I'm not saying Miko, as the season went on, treated Katara like shit. Katara treated Korra like shit. It's more like he tried to fake like he just was capping the whole season. Like, okay, like I said, and now the very first episode where in the one episode where Korra meets Miko and Bolin, he was like so rude, talking about, when she was saying my name is this, he talking about we don't need to be late and da 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 da. Like he was just being rude when she was just asking him simple questions. But then he ran to her for help when Bolin went missing. Ain't that funny? The villain in here, Amon, was top notch. I like Amon as the villain to where, and I'm gonna get back to the whole Korra and shit because that's really my number one nitpick. But let me talk about the good things first. I love Korra's character. She can use more development. Like, I don't expect her to be fully developed in one season, right? This is us getting a glimpse of her character. I like Korra because to me she just seems like a teenager who wants to see more of the world and is getting taught to learn more. One of the main things I love about Korra is that I feel like her learning how to learning how to airbend did not come easy. I feel like it was a challenge because she wasn't connected with her. She wasn't confident about it. She was insecure about it. Feel like she was useless. That she was never going to master airbending. Um, it's not something that she just got that it clicked. I don't give a fuck. Nobody's saying this gonna be a hot take. I feel like Aang mastered all of the elements of the earth so quickly. The only one y'all can say he did not get right away was fire and earth. That's it. Fire and earth bending was probably the toughest ones he didn't automatically click with. But other than that, everything else came natural. Like, what I mean by is okay, this in season two, right? Season two, they gave Aang a whole episode about mastering earthbending. That was stupid to me. I don't even think I mentioned that in my season two rep, but I'm gonna mention it now. I think giving him a whole episode where he's struggling with earthbending, but then masters it in that same episode was stupid. If he's going to struggle, show that struggle. Just like in the Legend of Korra, they showed that she struggled with airbending, and it's not like, oh, when she struggled in that one episode, she also mastered it. No, I will say in Legend of Korra, some things for Korra are more harder. Why in Avatar: Last Airbender they might have came off a little bit more easier. Like, I feel like her villain in this season was a fucking challenge because the nigga was a bloodbender. He was able to take away people's bending. He lied about being attacked by the Fire Nation. Had a fake ass scar on his face that was makeup. So Amon was a very interesting villain, and to understand where him and Turlock came from, who was the head chief, the mayor of the council, to know that where they came from in their life, where their father basically forced them to bloodbend and be benders because, Avatar, because Aang took away their father's bending and he wanted revenge on Republic City. That was a very good episode. That was in episode 11 before episode 12. That was a very, 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 very good episode. Like, Amon's background to why he hates bending, it makes sense because their father mentally and emotionally abused them. Like, he left scars on them. He made them bloodbend on animals. He made them bloodbend on each other. Like, the shit is just like, whoa, like, fucking, it's cruel as fuck. That's what it was. It's fucking cruel. So I don't blame Amon for hating bending, but I feel like he was taking his anger out on innocent people when he should have been taking it out on his dad. His dad died many years after because Amon got away. He ran away from home. He didn't, want to go back. Turlock was the one who stayed. But I feel like Amon was angry at the wrong person. Your father is the one you should be taking your anger out because he's the one who emotionally and mentally left you scarred. Not all these innocent people who have the right to bending and don't use it for harmful shit. So I feel like Amon was definitely a good ass villain in the Legend of Korra universe. I want to see what the other villains gonna be hitting on because Amon was a very good villain to the point where I feel like it might just be, it might be hard to touch that because his backstory and him as a villain, everything was great. Like taking away people's bending, knowing that was the only thing the Avatar was able to do. All of that was interesting. I loved it all. I can care less about the whole Tenzin and Lin thing, about them dating in the past. I do feel like in this season they were trying to do something with them, like build it up or whatever. But I feel like whenever I felt like that, they would drop it. I feel like Tenzin didn't really play much of a part in this season. Like I feel like in the very beginning he did, and then I feel like towards the second half, he took like a back seat. Like I feel like in the very first beginning, he definitely played a part to Korra's like journey, but then I feel like he took a back seat, which kind of like irritated me a little bit because I actually like Tenzin. I think he funny as fuck, but then it's like again, Tenzin does like have 4 fucking kids, so it's kind of hard for him to be doing anything else other than being in the house doing his father duties. So I understand that part because nigga does have a lot of kids. But I wish he would have played more of a role in this season. Again, like I said, they were trying to do something with him and Lynn, but then it's like I understand they did in the past, and she was like the head of the police, of the like the head chief of the police thing. What the fuck am I trying to say? I understand that him and Lynn dated, and she was the head of chief of police. So I don't know. It may probably made things awkward because she had a grudge towards Korra for whatever reason. But whatever. Like I said, I feel like they were trying to do something with her and Tenzin, but then they kept like they would stop, and then that would be it. So I don't really care too much about that because I feel like they don't have any chemistry for real. For me to want to sit here and say, oh yeah, Tenzin should break his fucking marriage because of Lynn. I feel like there was like Tenzin only mentioned once that him and Lynn dated when they were kids and dated back then. Other than that, there was really no like talk. Like there was like really no scenes with them where it made you feel like, okay, shit, okay, Tenzin, I'm feeling that. I can see you still in love with her. I didn't really see that, so therefore I don't really care. I didn't really care with their scenes because I feel like they didn't do anything where it made me feel like, oh, I want to ship it. I didn't see that, so I didn't really care when they would show them. But I wish Tenzin would have played more of a role in this season. Like I said, I really liked it on. I liked the Korra's character this season. I liked that glimpse of her character. I like Tenzin. I pretty much like all the characters. For none of the characters do much for me to really dislike them. So let me get into my nitpicks. Number 1, Asami is a boring character. I understand her dad was working with the Equalist and he was giving them weapons. I want to know more about her character. Asami's mother was killed by a bender, killed by a Fire Nation or a bloodbender, whatever which one it was, because it looked like her father just wanted smoke with all the benders. So I don't know if he ever said which bender killed her mother. But I want to know more about her character because her character did just pop up out of nowhere in the first season. And then they put her and Miko together. So this is my very first nitpick. So I said I have 3. I think I only have 2 because I think the first nitpick I'm about to say, I'm just going to talk about it all together. So yeah, oh, and I forgot to mention, Turlock, he killed him and Oman at the end of season 1. That was fucking crazy. That was fucking insane. Because he took his brother out and he took himself out. And I was like, holy shit. And the way that Nickelodeon was able to put that shit like in slow motion was so good. So Nickelodeon back then was all hits, no motherfucking misses. So yeah, I think I only have 2 nitpicks. I think I'm gonna save the love triangle for last. Not the love triangle, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like I said, actually, you know what? Since I'm talking about it now, I might as well just finish it. So, like I said, Asami's character, I want to see more for her character. Her character popped up out of nowhere in the first season, and they just put her with Miko. I have a huge problem with that, and here's my thing. Because I feel like they were doing something with Miko and Korra, and I don't sense any chemistry between them. I don't get the hype between this ship at all. Like, the entire season, I was rolling my eyes and saying they could have put Korra with anybody else. There's got to be anybody else in the pregnancy they could have put her with to where she could have actual chemistry with with this person. I didn't sense any chemistry with her and Miko at all. Like, I feel like Nickelodeon was trying to shove them down my throat. Like, just trying to say, you know what, there is nobody else. And even if there was, we wouldn't even build Korra up with that person. It's the fact that, Miko, how you gonna say you like Korra, but you jumped into this relationship with this girl, Asami, and then you get mad because your brother Bolin is telling you, can you help him? Can you hook him up with Korra since she's single? And, you know, he only thinks because was Bolin only trying to get with Korra because his brother was dating? Sure, but Bolin was still a nice guy, and I feel like had Korra like got rid of her, I don't know, infatuation with Miko, I actually feel like she would have gave Bolin a chance. And I feel like Bolin is actually a sweet guy to where him and Korra probably would have worked. Like, for God's sakes, he was taking her out to dinners. They was walking around Republic City. He gave her flowers. Miko never showed up like that, and yet he claimed he liked her. The fuck, the bare minimum. Bolin was the fucking standard of what you want a boyfriend to be. Nico was a fucking, that nigga was a low standard. Like I'm saying, how you gonna say you like Korra, but then when your brother showed interest in her, that's when you remember all of a sudden, oh yeah, I actually do like Korra. Nigga, bye, because you was not checking for Korra at all when you got in a relationship with Asami. Then all of a sudden, you get with Asami. Your brother Bolin tell you to hook him up with Korra, and you telling Korra, oh, you want to go out with Bolin because you try to make me jealous. And like she said, I'm actually not. I actually like him, and we're actually having fun. And at the end of the day, why would you care? You don't like me, right? You offer me, right? He literally told her in that same episode that he don't feel the same way about her when she told him about how she felt. Me personally, I was against them doing that so early because I feel like they should have waited for that. There was no reason for them to try to do that so early, but that was because they were trying to force Miko and Katara. I keep saying Katara. Miko and Korra down our motherfucking throats. When honestly, I didn't feel any chemistry between them at all. I didn't care for this shit. They could have put Korra with Bolin. Honestly, I feel like her and Bolin really had chemistry and a vibe that I actually fucking liked. And like I said, had they like made Korra forget about fucking Bolin, about fucking Miko, Bolin and Korra would have been fucking cute together, in my fucking opinion. That's just how I feel. They would have been really cute together. So, in that same episode, Miko kissed Korra. Bolin saw it, he started crying, and then they end the episode with Miko and Korra saying that they don't know what they're going to be, they don't know what the kiss mean, it's just too complicated. So, we get towards the end of the season, right? Asami asked Bolin, did something happen between Korra and Miko? Bolin told Asami that they kissed like a while back at their tournament. And Asami got upset because she said, why didn't Miko ever mention that? And I was like, you know what, girl? I would like to know the same thing. He making it seem like him kissing a girl is no huge deal. No, nigga, it's the fact that you kissed her and then you kept it a fucking secret. Obviously, you have feelings for her. I feel like instead of trying to shove Miko and Katara, I keep saying Katara's name. What the fuck is going on with me? Granted, yeah, I just woke up, but I think it's because they both have K's, and I just got done watching Avatar. Her name is still very heavy on my tongue. So, I feel like instead of shoving Miko and Korra down my throat, if they would have did a love triangle, maybe I would have shipped them. But I didn't really care for Asami and Miko's relationship all that much, so to me, it made me feel like I don't condone cheating, I don't condone that shit at all, I don't condone sticky behavior, but at the end of the day, it's like, we didn't really know anything about Miko and Asami's relationship, because then, again, they did just get together out of fucking nowhere, so it's like, I can't even really sit here and pretend like I care for her feelings for being upset, when it's like, as a woman, I understand where she's coming from, because that shit is like low-life behavior, but it's like, her and Miko's relationship really got no fucking screen time, so it's like, am I supposed to care? Because I really don't fucking care. I could just say Miko he ain't shit, because you sit there and got with Asami to make Korra jealous, but then you turn around and want to sabotage anything of Korra's happiness or love life once she wants to be with your brother, and you find some sense of jealousy with it. Like, I can't stand niggas like that, and I think because of that, that's why I can't ship Korra and Miko. Number one, I don't feel any chemistry between them, and number two, I feel like they were trying to shove them down my throat. And number three, he was given like Conrad from This Summer I Turned Pretty. Playing these games, want to say, oh, I don't really like you, you're being childish, and da-da-da-da-da. But then, once you see that your brother might have found an interest in her, and they're having fun, or now all of a sudden you like her, or now all of a sudden you can't let her get away. Now all of a sudden you want to tell her all these sweet things, and da-da-da-da-da. So that's the shit I'm talking about. That's games to me. Because when I asked you how you feel about me, you said you didn't feel the same way. And all of a sudden, when I'm trying to, move on, and all of a sudden you care. And all of a sudden you want to pay attention. And all of a sudden you like me. I don't like that shit. I don't like playing games. That ain't what I do. So, I don't ship Korra and Miko at all. I wish they would have just left that alone. At the end of the season, Korra does get her airbending. But then Amon takes away her bending. Miko and Korra tell each other they love each other, which I felt like I didn't feel nothing in that scene. I love you scenes are supposed to feel romantic and they're supposed to make you feel all gushy inside. And baby, let me tell you, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel shit in that I love you scene. Again, like I said, they just trying to shut them down our throats. My number two nitpick is this. I have a really big problem with them taking away Korra's bending in the last episode just to have her get it back in that very episode. That made no sense to me. If you were going to actually take away her bending, you should have stretched that out into the next season to where she has to find her, she has to connect to the spiritual world to get her bending back and to give people's bending back. That she has now connected to her spiritual self to where she can receive bending and give it back to people. She could take bending and give it back. Why do that big ass shock? It was like shocker, like, oh, Amon took away her bending. And then she cried and opened up her spiritual world. She finally opened herself up to Aang. And Aang gave her bending back. And now he gave her the power to where she can also give people their bending back. That was something I was like, man, what? Like, come on, man. If you're going to do something like that, stretch it. If you're going to take Korra's bending away, you should have stretched it till the second season. That's just my opinion. Those are my only two nitpicks with this season. Anything other than that, I really loved everything else. So, yeah, Legend of Korra definitely gives a 10 out of 10. See you guys in my next video.